we're here to do some more short track testing. I feel like the Furniture Road team is strong on certain parts of the schedule, and even the short tracks is part of that. But for me, I've struggled here at Richmond since 2009, and so I've wanted to come here, polish up on my skills, work with the team on one of their strengths, and try to use this as a beneficial test to A, be better here early in the season when we race, as well as, well, Richmond is the pivotal race on if you're going to make it into the chase or not. And we hope that we don't need this race to fall back on to make it into the chase. But if we do, we're here preparing for it now. So a lot of work goes into things, and we'll probably learn a ton more come the months of June, July, August. But it's the short track, and short track stuff, as far as setups, usually stay with you for at least a half a season.
You won the nationwide race here last year. That has to give you some sort of momentum despite the car being different last year to this year.
Yeah, what it taught me winning the nationwide race here last spring is that those cars have so much less horsepower that it's easier to get the rear tires to hook up on corner exit. And so I've got to be able to hook up the Cup car's horsepower. These things are pushing 900 horsepower, and so you got to get those rear tires hooked up into the asphalt. And so that's what we're here working on, and we want the temperatures to be as warm as they could possibly be. I heard a few guys were here testing last week, and it was cool. And we want it to be warm out. We want it to aggravate the tires. We want everything to be hot. And that way, when we go into the night race in a few weeks, that things will be a little cooler, and they'll help our setup.
What's the biggest adjustment that you have made between this new Gen 6 car and last year's model?
The biggest thing is, believe it or not, aerodynamics have a little bit with the front splitter and that big rear spoiler, but that's mainly for qualifying. The other thing is the rear end. How much camber can we run and utilize for the short run versus having that long run speed? Because we always end up having 100 lap runs here at Richmond.
How much information can you keep from today's testing for the race in a couple of weeks?
We're going to use it all. I mean, we're going to go through things with the process on what we call ABA. That means you put it in, try it, go to something else, and then come back to it and circle around to make sure that's exactly what we want. So test days, when you have 8 hours to attempt something, it gives you a lot more time to think things through more thoroughly instead of just an hour and a half thrash when we come back here on a Friday. We've had to overcome a lot with being laps down in the race due to my speeding up pit road, or yesterday we got a flat from Logano. At Bristol we had a loose wheel. When we can get smooth races going and not have big problems pit road or out on the track, that's when I think we're going to show our strength, but we have yet to do that. So good improvements have come each and every race, but now we find ourselves back 19th in points. And what's amazing is we raced all day yesterday, and we got 5 points at the end of the day for finishing that poorly. We could have led 1 lap for 5 races and got as many points as what we did yesterday. Bad finishes kill you into points.
Based on what you've seen at Martinsville, Bristol, and today, how do you think the Gen 6 will fare here at RIR?
You know, the pace will drop off dramatically here, and we hope that the outside groove will definitely become a player. That's what we hope we see. With the nationwide cars, they can run a little bit side by side with the outside groove there. We need the Cup cars to do the same thing. So we'll have to see how the rear end camber and different things adjust with tire wear. And we can't simulate that until we get all the cars here running laps.